Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. Just want to do a little wellness check. Knock, knock, knock. How you doing, babe? You've had Pluto since January. He's now gone, retrograded back into Capricorn. He's going to be there until November. Come November, I think 19th, 20th, depending on the time zone you're in or hemisphere. He'll be back in November. So, like, how you doing? You okay? You doing all right? It's a lot, huh? Having feelings is a lot, huh? It's okay. Welcome to, being a fucking human. I promise everything's gonna be all right. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I know y'all are going through it. Not really. I mean, it's just like this is a huge transition. You're getting the planet of transformation for the next 20 years. And you've been very comfortable in your little black sheep bubble, and now you're going to be forced to feel everything. And it's worth it though. Like, this is living, this is being alive. You're not the ability to compartmentalize all of your feelings, the ability to just sweep everything under the rug and leave it under the rug for the next, forever. That's not it. And I'm proud of you for how much you've let yourself like deal with. But like, it's a new day and age, baby. So grab your water, grab your green, like hydrate, light it if you need it. But let's go in. I'm ready to create a safe space for my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth. Thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Libra season 2024. I feel like this is going to be a little bit of relief. We're in an air, you're an air sign, and we're going to be in an air season. So that'll be nice. The breeze is just going to keep blowing by. Life just keeps going. You know what I mean? And I think that's the thing, is that you're starting to realize, like, no matter what comes up, life goes on. Like, your life will progress. You are a sign of progression. I'm a firm believer that Aquarian energy progresses us as a species. And since you help progress us as a species, you feeling your feelings is going to impact the entire collective. Like, this is a different kind of revolution. This is a different kind of fight that you've ever had to endure. And receiving the planet of ordeals and the transformations that arise from them is going to make you a better fucking human. I'm it's okay. I know that it's foreign right now and you like being in robot mode, but you're not a robot. Just go listen to Marina and the Diamonds. I am not a robot. Guess what? I'm not a robot. Yeah. Guess what? You're not a robot. You're a human, and you have feelings and you have needs and you have emotions. And I know that, this is a general reading, so eat the meat, leave the bones. But both your ruling planets right now are retrograde. And you just lost Pluto retrograde. So that's nice, It's like a little gift. But Uranus is retrograde in Taurus. Uranus retrograde is like, yo, what's your relationship to revolution? What's your relationship to change? How do you respond to those things? What's going on with your values? What do you truly value? What's going on with your self-worth? Is it based off of like reality and reasonable shit? What's going on with how you're managing your finances, and then Saturn, your other ruling planet, is retrograde in Pisces. And that's like, yo, what's going on with your mental health? What's going on with your spiritual practices? Do you have one? It's time to get one. If you do have one, it's time to take things to the next level. And so there's lots of reevaluation, lots of like back to the drawing board. It's interesting because in your card is the star. And I feel like you guys are being stripped. Like there's a naked woman in the star, and you guys are being stripped and you guys are being poured into. And that's what I feel like the vibe is for Aquarius energy is right now. Like you are being stripped down and it's fucking uncomfortable, but you being uncomfortable now will put you in a position to be comfortable later. Of course, she's hiding, so you may be getting stripped down and find yourself in hiding in some sort of way, and that's fine. You know what I mean? Go where you need to go to heal, but just don't run from this. Don't run from the changes. Don't run from the evolution. Don't run from the vulnerability. Don't run from your feelings. 444 on the clock. Keep seeing 444 on the right path for sure. And not only that, but you're being stripped down because the old foundation wasn't it. There's this new solid, I feel like, technology of like cement that's being laid in your life. Like there's this whole new regeneration. And everybody wants the rebirth, but you got to have the death before you have the rebirth. You know, and that's exactly what's transpiring right now. So, let's get into it. Asking for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Nice! The Nine of Swords reversed. Okay, so like I said, yes, you're going through it, but you're on the you're like you're on the tail end of dealing with this old cycle in the realm of the mind that you think you know, but you have no idea shit. Like all of that it's really starting to wrap up. I feel like first thing to be clarified on the Selenite throne is how do you deal, how do you confront, how do you embrace the change that comes with the ending of a mental cycle, the ending of an outlook, the ending of an era. I feel like this keeping your head in your hands, this, you know, evasion of what's been going on with your mind, this evasion in the realm of like evading your pain, just like moving through it, like just keep swimming, just keep moving, just keep breezing on by. You're not, no. Some of you may, I feel like you're really laying an old version of you to rest. The way that you responded to like your self-limiting beliefs, the way that your mind would just run things, how cerebral you are. You are going to get to keep that cerebral, that ability to be cerebral, but now you get to combine it with intense emotion and intense feeling. And it's almost like you're a newborn. Death reverse. There's like the change, you can't fight the change. You can't fight the feelings. They're coming in and you're going to have to deal with all of it. So let yourself cry, let yourself fall apart because you're being like restructured, you're being rebuilt. You know, like new bricks are being laid in like your constitution. And the Nine of Swords feels like there's an ending of a cycle in the realm of your mind, but some of you are fine, like you've been facing it, dealing with it, and are coming to an end, and the rest of you have been evading it, and it's like it's gonna come in. You're gonna have to close out that cycle. You don't get to keep things just being as they were all the time. I feel like your relationship to faith, your relationship to belief, your relationship to the God of your understanding is deeply, deeply evolving. And everything will get so much better when you start to really cement in a spiritual practice and a mental health practice that you do every day. There's something about like tending to your mental health and and that could even just be working out. That could be going to the park and grounding and talking to God or spacing out. You know, like you just have to connect versus just, it's like y'all are used to going here and now you got to go here, you know, and that's how that feels. And it can be uncomfortable to like blast off, you know, but it's just like, you don't need DMT to fucking blast off, bro. You don't need drugs to get there. You don't need substances to get to that place in the ether, to get to that liminal space of the divine. You don't need a substance to do it. And some of us have been in this position of just really numbing it out, and Pluto's not going to let you do it. But you got to break until November. You know, I believe Saturn goes direct sometime in November as well. So I do feel like things will start to, like level out come December probably for you guys. But Uranus is retrograde, I want to say until January 20 something until 2025. So the restructuring begins. You're ruled by two very slow moving planets. And so the change doesn't come overnight. If it did, you wouldn't, I feel like, process it appropriately. The Two of Wands reversed. With the Two of Wands reversed, I feel like you guys are struggling to see how much power you have in your hands. Upright, he has the world in his hands, and he's looking outward, really divinely supported to take the road less traveled. But some of you are keeping yourself bound. Some of you are struggling to make decisions because you're not used to being in this fiery connective place. Like Pluto is governed Scorpio, and yes, they're a water sign, but Pluto is also like Hades. Pluto is fiery and watery, and so there's something about you not used to being, you're used to making logical decisions, and you're unsure of how to make spiritual decisions. And that's the lessons that are coming in. There's something about you finally learning how to make spiritual decisions, and you being able to make choices. All right, all the cards is going to be reversed and that makes sense because you're dealing with a lot of retrogrades. So there's all of the, and reversals aren't bad. Reversals are just like, you're seeing things from a different, you're forced to see things from a different vantage point. Nine of Wands reversed at the center of the reading lets me know that the first step to feeling stability is you getting grounded. Y'all heard that? I'm sure it was just the wind, but something banged against my front door, and it just feels like the divine is knocking on the door of your heart. And you guys have been fighting to stay in this place of like very linear thinking. You've been closing yourself off, guarding yourself off, jailing yourself off in some sort of way. I just feel like you guys are going from being caged to being unbridled, and right now you just got to deal with like, how did I get behind these bars of my mind? How did I get behind these bars of my spirit? How did I get locked into believing that everything was just all about my mind and my intelligence, and operating from this solely cerebral place, when you are a spirit having a human experience, and the spirit needs to be in the driver's seat. With the Nine of Wands reversed, this is like soldier home from war. You've been fighting to keep things the same, fighting to like keep your routine and to just like, have your progress the way that you want it, versus understanding that your control, like your ability to control things, is being removed. Please continue for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Libra season 2024. Final two cards, final two messages, please. For Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For Libra. Nice. Yes, all of this because you're initiating this brand new relationship with yourself and initiating this brand new relationship with your spirit. Wands are the suit of spirit, which is the element of fire. And so there's just, like your shadow is fire. Your shadow is Leo. And Mercury has been hanging out there. By the time you see this, he'll be gone. But Mercury retrograde in Leo in your shadow, has, for Aquarius suns, is reintroducing you to courage and to bravery and to passion and to adventure. Some of you, I feel like, want to throw yourself into this new relationship. There may be somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements in your life, or someone like fiery, someone that you're passionate about. You may want to distract yourself with relationships, or distract yourself with adventure, or don't do it. Don't distract yourself. That's like, you've already been doing that enough. You know, there's something here about being reconnecting to like yourself, reconnecting to your inner child, reconnect. Maybe some of you have had a kid recently, and like there's something about learning so much about yourself by way of children, by way of the youth. I feel like letting yourself volunteer with children, letting yourself volunteer or doing something with like a startup. There's something about the initial stages of a passion project. I do feel like, yes, pursue your dreams, pursue your passions, just don't let them be distractions. Don't just throw yourself into something just so that you can avoid this. That's not the move, because it's going to come out anyway. It's going to, if you just continue to avoid the shift that's happening, the transformation that's happening in your mind, if you keep avoiding it, it's going to start seeping out into every other area of your life, and that's not necessary. Final card, final message, please, for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Libra season 2024. The Three of Wands. It's crazy. 4 out of the 5 cards are wands. And then the 6 of Cups reversed on the bottom of the deck. Be sure to go check out that Libra season astrology video that has all of the important astrological transit dates that you need to know. Also, Patreon gets everything first. Patreon.com/JustJEverything. Over there, we're going to clarify all these cards. There's all kinds of astrological content. There's all kinds of fun keys that we're having over there. Come join my ethical cult. It's cool. It's chill. There's no Kool-Aid. For free shit, check out my Instasham at JustJ_everything. TikTok is at JustJEverything. And for other dope shit that I do, my website, JustJEverything.com. On my website, you can book a reading with me and we can do some one-on-one work together. So all the links are in the description box below, so peep game. Final card being the Three of Wands. It's like, ooh, I heard when I was a child, I did childish things, but now that I'm a man, or I'm a person, I'm an adult, you know, I'm moving away from childish things. There's like this reconnection to your inner child, so you can collect the data from it, collect the passion out of it, see what it needs, so it can steer you in this new direction, because you've set so much in motion, and what you set in motion wants to come back to you. I feel like your ships are coming in, but there's something about merging your passion with your practicality. I also feel like Mars in Cancer. When does Mars go into Leo? I don't think that's until Scorpio season. Yeah. But when Mars comes into your shadow in Leo, I feel like that's what this is really preparing you for. There's all of this, like, there's this influx of firepower, this influx of physical, spiritual, and sexual energy. No major arcana out, and only one court card. So, and that one court card speaks to making sure that you're initiating a new relationship with yourself, and that you really mind the company that you keep. I do feel like new friends are coming in, new connections are coming in. The Six of Cups reversed, or on the bottom of the deck, says that there's been some issues with you receiving since you were a child. You've always been like, you know, independent. I got it. I'll do it on my own. Don't worry. I don't need anybody. And now there's just something there about like that old emotional foundation, that old emotional frameworking that you had, it's being poured out, because harmony wants to be established in your heart, harmony in the realm of your emotions, harmony in the realm of your spirituality, and you feeling worthy of receiving, and receiving from the divine, receiving from possibly this Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, receiving from your lovers, your partners, your friends. Going a little bit into the plunge here, because I do feel like there's a lot of conflictual energy inside of you. And if you have the ability to go to therapy, you absolutely should. And that's just because it's 2024 and everybody should be in therapy. There's nothing like wrong with you is what I'm saying. Um, but if that's a tool that is available to you, you need to take advantage of it. The Six of Cups reverse is also letting me know that this combo right here is letting me know that because you have issues receiving, the divine is confused around what to give you. Not confused, it's just like it can't give you what you actually want because you don't believe you can receive it. You don't believe in some sort of way that you can have those things that you want. And one of your ruling planets, Saturn, is in the sign of I believe, is retrograde in the sign of I believe. So you're being forced to reevaluate what you believe you're worthy of, what you believe, who is the God of your understanding and how do you interact with them. You're being forced to not only reevaluate that, but you're being forced to really look at the blueprints that you're giving the divine, because it feels like what I'm feeling the spirit say is like you've given me incomplete plans. You're just like, okay, I want a little bit of this, sprinkle a little razzle dazzle on this, and then I'm good. It's okay. No, you are allowed to have more. You want peace in the realm of your mind. You want to be able to make right decisions quickly. You want to know when to close the doors. You want to establish healthy boundaries within yourself, within your life. You want adventure, you want passion, you want to be able to turn your back on this old cycle and to really faithfully be open, like have your heart fucking open. You want to believe that you can accomplish all of the things that you can accomplish, but there's a lot of self-doubt, there's lots of self-limiting beliefs, and that's the first thing that's being clarified. That's the first thing that Libra season is going to force you to balance out. Libra is the sign of I balance, and this is a season of getting your life in balance. And granted, this is cuffing season, so some of you may be tempted to just initiate a new partnership, or tempted to just put your all in on plans and romantic plans with other people, but that would be a great disservice to yourself and to them. The best thing, if you're in love and you want to, or you want to like get back on the dating scene, the best thing you can do for yourself and your future partner or your current partner is to address this. What's keeping you up at night? It's time to address your anxiety. It's time to address your depression, your uncertainty, understanding that certainty is an illusion. So you've got to get comfortable with being in the, like, wading in the waters of uncertainty. And the only thing that's going to make you comfortable there is faith. And faith is not synonymous with religion. I'm not telling you to go to fucking church. Calm down. I'm just saying you've got to get some sort of spiritual practice. You've got to figure out what it is that you stand firmly on. Two of these, look at both of them have the feet on the bottom. And so I just do feel like you've got to get rooted and grounded in reality. You've got to get rooted and grounded in your power. You've got to get out of this place of like everything is black and white. Baby, you're learning how to navigate the gray. And that's you letting yourself focus on that, you focusing on putting your oxygen mask on first, you breaking through the limitations of your mind will force you to build a whole new relationship with your body, and a whole new relationship. It's like it comes in through the spirit, like the divine comes in and speaks through the spirit, and then the mind like calculates everything, makes it into words, smells, sounds, words, and then it trickles, that knowing, you're the sign of I know, that knowing trickles down and infiltrates in your body. And so a lot of us are in this place where we're very frustrated with what we're experiencing. Like Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising, you may be very frustrated with what is going on in your mind and what is going on in your body. And start with the mind first. Start with, okay, mind, we're not going to think the way that we did anymore. We're not going to, some of you are stubborn as fuck, and you've got your heels dug into a certain way of thinking, a certain way of feeling, a certain way of emoting, a certain way of expressing yourselves. I feel like a lot of you are struggling with pessimism. A lot of you are struggling with like narrow-mindedness. A lot of you are struggling with like a lack of optimism, like a lack of sight. You're not able to see the big picture. Some of you can't see the forest for the trees. Some of you are really, stuck in just seeing what's ahead of you, or seeing what your like mired in right now. And I feel like foresight wants to come to you. Awareness wants to come into you. But if you stay here, you won't even be able to see what the divine is trying to get you, what the divine is trying to give you. You won't be able to appreciate fully how other people are showing up in your life. You know, I feel like a lot of you have people in your life who are meant to challenge you, meant to, test you, meant to expand your mindset. Like some of you have older children that are coming home, older children that like, and there's something about initiating a new relationship with them, but that can't be your number one priority. You initiate a new relationship with yourself and you will initiate a new relationship with them. And they will inspire you and challenge you and grow you in ways that you never would have expected. There's so much fire. 4 of the 5 cards are fire. So this is letting me know that you have been subconsciously hungry for a deeper connection with spirit, with source, with God, with the universe, whatever name you give them. And you prioritize getting out of this place of being hard-headed and stubborn. You prioritize opening your heart, opening your spirit, spending quality time in silence, familiarizing yourself with the sensation of your spirit, and watch your entire life change. I'm ready to clarify these. I'll see you over on Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. Let's get into it. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.